Family and friends, we're coming into the period with three major segments that is very difficult and hard on the human mind. And this period kills self-sufficiency. The first one is Halloween. When I first became aware of it and what it stood for, I did not want any part of it. My sons are now men and they have never had me encourage them. And I will tell you why I don't like Halloween. No, I'm not talking about the triviality of witches, which most people don't understand. And yeah, I know a few of my friends call themselves Wicca and think they practice it. They don't know what demonism is until they finally know. And I know what it is because I've been associated with people who are really into it. What you do is like looking at a worm and say it's a snake. I know a lot of people can't understand my analogy, but I hope you get that one. You don't know what you're playing with. You're playing with evil beyond your comprehension. But I will tell you how cruel Halloween is. Especially, in fact, I will tell you right now to your face that if you walk out or send your kids out the door as a Christian, and I'm sending my kids to celebrate Halloween, you don't know Jesus Christ. And I will tell you why I say that. Jesus says, I will never suffer my beloveds, that's why I call you beloveds, to be in the street begging bread. And people around me will know that I survived through some very difficult times because of the protection of Jesus Christ, even to the threat of my life. And it happens today. Nobody will come and offer me loose medication that I've never requested because I know it's a setup. But I will tell you more. I will stick to my point. And I will not go off many tracks as I saw somebody illustrated recently. I will stick to the point. You must be a special kind of cruel Christian if you send your kid out to trick or treat on Halloween, playing Russian roulette with their precious little lives that God has created, when you know there are people in the past who have placed razor blades, who have stuck needles in candies, who have salivated on candies, and given your kids a host of sickness. You are actually insane to think that you will play Russian roulette with your kid's life and say, this might be the year again that my kid misses being targeted by evil. God has said, you keep your tithes, he will provide for you. Might not be the fancy life you want. If you lose what you have, he will provide for you. Friends, I wish I could tell you some of the miracles the way God has provided for you. But I will give you an instance that my son preached about, my older son preached about in regarding my youngest son, and how he was miraculously healed. And God has created a mind that is almost flawless in terms of the way he takes care of his family, the way he lived his life, and made his mind probably more perfect than it was between me and my ex-wife that we have created through his help. Friends, if you're a Christian, you have no right to be sending your child out to be begging. God says you shouldn't even be begging. Says he will not suffer his people to be out there begging. So don't go begging for any candies. And of course, after that is gone, we will get into the period of Thanksgiving. And I know it gives consternation to many people. I watch black people and they're totally confused. Yeah, but I'm going to just eat with my family. They have that knowledge in their head. Reality is slapping them in the face and says, you know what, you ain't got much to be thankful about. And don't get me wrong. When you think about the basis of that piece of history where you turn around and kick the people in their teeth who have provided for your livelihood, for your ability to stay alive, and then you destroy them. Come on, be reasonable. Let's bring this nation back together to God's real truth so we can live in harmony with reality. And reality will hail you. You'll say, yeah, you're doing it right now. And then we come to that Christmas period, a fake dereliction of true Christian duty. You cannot tell me when God says, here are my eternal holy days, and not one of you acknowledges those days in a righteous manner. But you will tell me it's okay to celebrate a period that says, Jeremiah 10:2, he says, I forbid you to go into the forest, cut down a tree and deck it with silver and gold. Has two connotations. One about the act that shouldn't be done, destroying the nature that he created to give us oxygen to breathe. And the other one is to making sculptures of worship that you deck with silver and gold. Brothers and sisters, we got to wake up. My message earlier is in regards to us waking up, and it's referred to in Ephesians where it says, arise, O sleepers. We are asleep, brethren, and I am begging you to wake up because I don't want you to be caught unaware. Yeah, I get out there and I joke with the best of jokesters. No, I'm not going to I cannot stand your mama joke. I'm not going to participate in any of those. But I will give you an intellectual, spiritual joke. I will chime in on things that make me feel funny, so I figure I can share it and make others have a little chuckle. But time for us to wake up, brother, because we are spinning our wheels, and if we are Christians, we are wasting our time. Yeah, I don't mind if you want to shout from the rooftop, Merry Christmas. It means nothing to Jesus Christ and God. It means nothing to them because it's not based on biblical truth. Jesus was born, and I will tell you, Jesus was born somewhere in October, somewhere the third week of October in my father. We are from a really weird organization of families, and my mother used to say he was born on somewhere around the 23rd, and my father used to say from his group he understood he was born on the 21st. Be that is a few days of difference through oral history, it's not hard to understand. He wasn't born in December 25th. He didn't ask us to celebrate his birthday. There is no need to celebrate his birthday. But he says, I have some special appointed feast days that you should observe. And I want you to observe them for all eternity, not for sometimes, not in the past, for all eternity. And if you want to cut those days short, you know what? I will make a challenge to you. You want to celebrate Christmas? You want to celebrate rabbits laying eggs? Celebrate it. But I want you to understand and celebrate his truth, which is written in his word. His word tells you what they are, so you don't have to guess around it, and they're easy to calculate. Anytime you want to wake up, brothers and sisters, hit me up and I will help you wake up. But you are being non-Christian when you send your kids out there to beg candy. You are being non-Christian when you defy his command to destroy the forest for pleasure. I'm not saying you can't build a home, because we had homes then. He is saying, don't do it. He tells you what to do, so you have no excuses. Brothers and sisters, I am calling on you today to let that Halloween period go where people perpetrate evil on little children, the innocent, and you send them playing Russian roulette with their lives. Wake up, my beloveds. Wake up and live according to what God has mandated for us to be like. And I use the term God loosely because nobody knows how to pronounce God's name. I'll teach about that one in the future sometime. But suffice it to say, keep your kids home for Halloween if you're a true Christian. And if you are a really true Christian, you listen to my word. Of course, there'll be those who will argue with me, who have always tried to argue with the truth. But everything is written. And brothers, it wasn't written just for God to give some holy men something to do. It was written for our knowledge and our understanding. peace, and have a successful and wonderful upcoming days.